Greetings, everyone. For the individuals who say I like to see you talk live on these videos, I want to say thank you, but it's not always possible. So there are times when I'm going to have to put up a photograph and speak behind that. This is an environment where there are different offices in this space, though it's my home, and I have to give privacy or the ability to work without disturbance. So even when I'm speaking, depending on that time of day, that could be disturbing someone. My child is homeschooled. I am homeschooling her for various reasons. And so there are times when, of course, I can't do a video because I'm working with her. But there are times when, she's doing work and she needs that quiet, among other reasons. Okay. So um, I do appreciate your call to action to be doing more of this, but I wish I could do more. But again, my day is filled. Okay. Now, in this video, we are going to have a serious conversation. And for my next live, I'm going to leave some suggestion, but you can leave yours too. What topic would you like me to talk on? So I'll give you some choices and you're going to vote on them. And I know, okay, since we started doing the live last Wednesday, I am going to try to stick to that schedule. But if for whatever reason I can't keep it because I almost missed the last one, then I'll tell you when the next one is. At the moment, I'm assuming 7 p.m. is a good time. It's not possible for me to do it any other time. If you want one on the weekend, like on a Saturday or a Sunday for the people who are never going to be able to see it on in the weekday, then you can suggest that in other. Okay, you vote for other, and then in the comment, you let me know. I will never be able to watch any live, whether morning or evening. The possibility of me doing any lives in the morning would only be on a Saturday. Okay, so I think Sunday would be out, give or take, because I don't like to make these hard and fast, rules because they always change. Okay, so I like to stay thing, but I'm very busy in my life. I am a mother, a wife, a teacher, a business person, a mediator, all of these things, and it takes me in all different direction. Okay, so now I'm going to just touch on this topic a little bit here, and then maybe we can expound that. Now, let me tell you something. I am a woman enough to confess when I might assess something and I might be off, because sometimes we act emotional. I always say that when we come from a place, at least I am a very emotional person, but I try not to, you know, use emotion to help me analyze. So I might start from that place, but I'm never too big to say, hey, I might have misunderstood that clue. So we are going to talk about men, and it's not because we want to disrespect men, because listen, I honor and respect a lot of men in my life, starting with my partner, with other men in our community that I respect. But the truth is, there are some men that are dishonorable. And because they're there, they then pass that down to their sons, and and so on and so forth. So we want to talk about some of these things, and we want to look at how we might be misjudging some of our men, but at the same time we might be giving some of our men a free pass. Now, when you see the situation with poverty in our community, we know that there's always that bigger picture. We know that there's always, people who are in positions of power who are not doing the best. But in spite of that, places like Jamaica, regardless of how rough life is, you still have some men who stand up for their family. Some men who say no surrender. So what is the difference with the ones that say no surrender and the one who has the ability to just put his hand out and receive and don't feel ashamed? Because there are some men who would be embarrassed for someone else to be feeding them. They have to do what they have to do. They have to do the hustle, whatever it takes for them to get their own. So we sometimes start feeling sorry for these men, and we shouldn't be, because they're still men. And that is what I'm seeing in our community. Our men not acting like real men. Okay. Now we're going to also look at some men who are emasculated, but they're participating in it so much. What is it? Is it a self-esteem issue? Is it a lazy situation where the man says, okay, I will allow you to be my, I will allow myself to be your punching bag. I will allow myself, for some, because some of these men, they will let a woman put a slingshot panty on them like a thong, and hold, the back of the thong, and let it go. And when it lashes them in their back, they, ouch, they scream like a girl. Yes, a particular person on social media. I used to say, how could this man allow himself to be treated this way? It's embarrassing, but it's comical too. It's entertaining. And so sometimes these men, that when they're, they're treated this way, they think they're liked. They're a big joke. And I'm sorry to say, a lot of the men in our community have been reduced to a big joke. Listen, no real man is going to allow himself to be humiliated by any woman on social media. Any man that allows that. So you see, any of these men that I talk about, them being disrespected on social media by their wives, you best believe that those men have some psychological problems, apart from being lazy and don't want to take control or don't want to be a leader in their own household. These men have surrendered their dignity and their pride. And it is very sad to see. And I have always taken their side to say, you know, because I'm thinking about my partnership, and I'm thinking about other, Black couples that I know, that the wife would never ever think of doing any such thing. So I thought, oh, this person is nice and quiet, and the person is taking advantage of them. But some of these men deserve the disrespect that they get because they fail to stand up like men. Now, guys that are listening to this video, tell me about it. At what circumstance in your life would you allow your partner to humiliate you this way for any amount of money? So is it smart? Is it wise for the man to say, as long as I'm getting my money, it doesn't matter? That trumps my respect or myself or my dignity. Why are these men allowing themselves to be treated that way? Why are so many of our men in our communities around the world, they have lost that ability to stand up as men, to be providers for their family, to say that I deserve this respect? Because this respect is not just something you ask for, it's you earn it. And we really have to analyze these things. I have to analyze it because I always run out to defend some of these men that don't deserve it. And I've been taking a look back, and I always get the perspective from my partner sometimes when I'm feeling sorry for some of these men, and he's right on the money all the time. He says, you don't understand that these men are in the position they're in because they failed to stand up as men. So they have to be wiped, use them to wipe the floor, and they will just say, yes, 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 and they'll go along with it. Someone said in a previous video that, the family in Jamaica, their circumstance is dire. But the truth of the matter is, the father needs to stand up and be a man. And boy, I'm telling you, there's always that place where I come from to say yes, but sometimes a man gets broken. But at the end of the day, we can't just give them the excuse. As a man, you have to pull yourself up by the bootstrap. If you find yourself living in a house with a woman who's saying, get out of this house and stop watching my pumps, you got to wake up and say to yourself, oh my goodness, oh, that's embarrassing. Stop watching my pumps. And the truth is, some of these men, that's what they're doing. They're watching the woman's pumps while she's doing the do. She's doing what she needs to grow and to climb. And sometimes some of these women don't mind using the man as a prop. Whoa. Anyway, people, we're going to continue having this conversation in the comment section. I like it when you're active. For those of you who say I need to be engaged more in the conversation, I'm so sorry. Sometimes when I do the video quickly on my phone, and then you start responding, I'm not seeing those response until I log on to the computer, and sometimes I'm using the computer for class, so please bear with me. It's no disrespect why I'm not talking back to you. It's not that I have favorites. There are people who are here a long time, like for example my son Randy and Apple Cider. When I see them, I'm always so excited. I always respond to them because I have other links for some of my people. So when I see their comment, I can answer it when I log on quickly on my computer. Okay. Anyway, we're going to engage with each other this year. I'm going to come out of my own bubble. I'm going to push myself. Listen, there's always room for growth, and that applies to me as well. So as we continue this journey, and I grow with you and you with me, I am going to, do better in the ways that I can do better. Okay, so bear with me. In the meantime, hope you're having a blessed day. Stay strong, stay hopeful, keep the dream alive, and stay blessed.